Hi guys, this is Christy Falk with Create with Christy. I'm back with day 7 of my 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar video series. I love this Advent calendar. If you've been watching, you know that I reveal each day's product and then I make a card that features that product. So like I said, today is day 7. If you've missed days 1 through 6, just look down the video description below and you'll find my playlist for all my Advent calendar cards. So just click on that playlist and you'll see all the videos there and you can catch up. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. First, let me tell you about the Advent calendar. This is on the last chance list, and it's $99. And you want to make sure you get it before they sell out, because once they sell out, they're gone forever. Very, very, very good deal. There's only one deal that's better than this one. That's the starter kit for $99. And you can find out more about that if you click my Why Join My Team link. It's down in the video description. Also, if you order this from me, you will get the card kits to make each of the cards that I'm making. So there are 12 cards total. Like I said, I'm making one for each product in the Advent calendar. So to find out more about that, click my thank you gifts link below in the video description. And there are some more thank you gifts you can earn when you order from me too. And I change these out every 2 to 3 weeks or so. This one lasts a little longer because of Christmas. So you've got till January 5th, the end of the day, to get that order placed. So it's a $99 order. If you get the Advent calendar, that automatically gets you with all the card kits, plus my first thank you gift. So make sure you check that thank you gifts link out so you can see what else you'll be getting. If you already have the Advent calendar or do not want to purchase it, then just place a $99 order. You'll get the card kits to make these cards. If you don't have this, you can substitute with other products that you have on hand. Okay, I'm going to open this up because it's time to reveal day number 7. And it is right here. So I get that in the video here because this box is so big, it's hard to get it to all show in the video. Open this up and we have a die set. So there are 2 die sets, so far at least, in this kit. Here's this one. They look like postage stamps, so I will be featuring these. So if you're going to make this card along with me, make sure you get those. I am going to use some other products from this kit. I'm also going to use number 1, the day 1, that are the dies for the stamp set. And there is a stamp set that goes along with this Advent calendar. Let me show you that here in just a second. And then you're also going to need the DSP. That was day 2. And it's a 6x6 pack of the DSP, so make sure you get that out. So that's everything you need from the Advent calendar if you're going to make this along with me. And with that $99, so you're getting all these products, 12 products total, plus a complete stamp set. Has a bunch of sentiments and some images. If you're going to make this along with me, we're not going to do much stamping on this one. All you need to get is the thinking of you stamp. So that's everything you need from the Advent calendar. Okay, now I'm going to start making the card. This is a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5. Oh, and I do want to let you know with the card kits, you get all of the consumable products to make the cards, except for like when I'm using this DSP, you'll have to use your own DSP. And the die cutting that is done with dies from the calendar, you have to use those yourself. I do provide the cardstock, though, to be able to do that. Okay, so, oh, wait, speaking of that, let's get that DSP out. I almost forgot. We need to cut some out. I'm going to grab my trimmer. I'm going to need 2 pieces of this. Now, you can use whichever one you want, but the one I chose to use, let me see if I've got one of my partials. This one here. So this is what it looks like. You get 2 of each design, and if you want to see all the designs, make sure you check out my day 2 video. I think I do day 2 and day 3 all in one video. Check that out, and you get to see all the designs. So that's what it looks like completely. But I don't want to waste this one, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off of this one. I need a 4x2 and a 4x1, and I do believe that's 4 inches. So this is already 4 inches. So what I did, I just cut here to have the 4-inch strip. So like I said, now I need a 4x2. So let's turn this. Let's do 2 inches here. And then I need one that's 1 inch wide. 1 inch wide, I mean. There we go. So this can be put away. I'm all done with the DSP. So put these to the side. And I do believe, yes, that's everything we have to prepare from the kit. So I'm going to bring in that card base in again. Like I said, this is 8.5 by 5.5 Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to get those corners lined up. Every time I do get my corners lined up, I know I'm getting this folded right in half. And the fold needs to be on the left, so put that to the side for right now. I'm going to grab a piece of basic beige. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And if you get the kits, because this embossing folder I'm using is not part of the advent calendar, I'm going to have it embossed for you. And I embossed it with the beautiful pattern embossing folder. It's a 3D folder. And this is part of the, I can't remember the name of the set, but it's a suite that's in the online exclusives that came out in November. So just in the search box, do beautiful pattern if you want to get this, and beautiful pattern embossing folder, and it'll pop up for you. So, like I said, it's already embossed for you if you get the kit. I'm going to grab the wider piece, the 4 by 2 inch piece of the DSP we just cut, and grab my seal. Oh, and by the way, this DSP is one-sided. It's not double-sided like most of our DSPs are. And this is going to go right here. Just look at it and see which way you like better. I actually like this better, like that tulip being up a little bit. They're kind of going every which way. So it really doesn't matter, but I have actually had a preference on that one. Okay, so it's right along the bottom. That's all I'm going to do on this. I'm not putting any ribbon or twine around it. So get some adhesive on here. Fold this on the left, so that way your DSP is on the bottom. And I will put that there. Now, there is a lot of not embossing. There's a lot of die cutting to do, because we are going to use these dies right here. First, let me grab this. Open this up. For die cutting, you need the base platform number 1, if you've got our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and die plate number 2, and a standard cutting plate number 3. Put those all right there. I'm going to grab some cardstock here. They're all 2 by 2 inch squares. This is Fleur de Flamingo. And I've got crushed curry. I'll have to do that here in a little bit, because I'm using the same die on all of these. This one's Old Olive and Misty Moonlight. Like I said, they're all 2 by 2s. And then I've got this strip of basic white. It's a 5.5 by 1.5 inch piece. That is going to be, I'm grabbing this the die set from day 1. This is the one that goes along with the stamp set. That I'm going to use this standalone die, so one, the rainbow. So I'm going to put that one there. With these, I'm going to go ahead and get all of these out, because I just realized I didn't show you all the dies. So you have different sizes. We have 2 different squares. The small one's got a little more detail to it. As you can see, it's got like looks like it's a sewn image. And the one that we're going to be using is the medium-sized one. And then there are also 2 rectangle ones. And I'm going to be using the small rectangle one for this small piece of basic white in the kit. It's a 2 by 1 inch piece. So I'll just put this one here. And I'm putting this, all of these actually at a little bit of an angle. It works better if one of the corners of the dies go in first. It doesn't bend the die that way. And it also cuts a little better sometimes. So I've got those ready to go. I'll put another standard cutting plate on top. A lot of times I use post-it notes or post-it tape, usually the tape, to hold these down. But since I'm not keeping it on a stamped image, I'm just going to make sure they stay on the cardstock. And I can tell they're all on the cardstock. Run this through. Now I have this little one. We only need one of these, so we can put this die away now. And I'll put that in my little dish. We still need this die, because we've got those other colors to do. So there's what that one looks like. And with this one, it's got some little bitty pieces. You can take your pick tool and see all this row right here. I just kind of poke at all of them here. And then these corner ones help the whole square. Get the right shape, Christy. And it looks like, there we go. See those rainbow pieces just fall out. There you go. So that's what each of these are going to look like. And I need 4 of these all together. So I want to make sure all of those little rainbow pieces are out, and they are. If they're still stuck in your die, make sure you get those out, because it won't die cut very well this next time. So I'm going to bring the strip back in. Now I'm going to grab one of my other squares. That's the Misty Moonlight 2 inch square. I will put this one in here, put it right next to it. So I'm going to be getting 4 of these rainbows out of this strip. And then I've got this one. And I'm just going to continue to do this until I have a total of 4 of the rainbows and 1 in each of my colors for my mats. Now I did want to give you a little tip. This is my last rainbow. The second one I did, I popped it out first, and it took a little longer to get the little rainbow pieces out. So I think it is easier to do like I did on the first one. Just kind of poke all of these out. It kind of loosens them up out of the die. and then take the whole thing out. And be really careful when you pop this up, because these are really narrow. You don't want to tear up the part of the rainbow you do want to keep. And see how these are just falling out? That helps them pop out and they come out of the die really fast that way. So that's my tip on that die. So go ahead and get all of these out of the way. I'm all done die cutting. So let's go ahead and put this die cutting machine away and finish the card. Okay, here are all the pieces I just die cut. I'm going to grab my thinking of you and go ahead and stamp this real quick. This is the only stamping that is done for this card. This is with Misty Moonlight ink. And I'm just going to stamp this right in the middle of my little postage rectangle. There we go. So that is ready to go. So we can close this up, because like I said, that is all the stamping. Might as well put this away too. Now it's time to put these together. So I'm going to turn this over. You can kind of tell after you die cut, the back side is a little rougher. So make sure that you have the rough side facing up now. I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals here. Ooh, this is a new sheet. I forgot I switched them out. And I'm going to put one in each of both of my top corners on all of these, like so. So we'll just do one for right now. And this one is pretty narrow, so even these are a little bit too big. So what I'm going to do, there's this nice border here, and they're even, it's like a big thick strip if you go from the bottom point to both of these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this up, hopefully you can see this. I'm going to cut this and stop right when I get to that first dimensional. And this little point that's up, I'm going to do that, cut there. And now I've got a nice little thin strip here. It's a little harder to get off when you first start a new sheet. There we go. Oh, it still didn't want to come off. I don't think I cut it all the way. The paper backing came off. So let me get a hold of that. There we go. The first one's always the hardest one to get off. I should have grabbed one of my used ones. It would have been a lot easier. Okay, there we go. So now I've got this nice thin strip. And now it'll be a lot easier to do these others, because I'll have the, usually I don't cut off the whole thing, but I did by accident there. But it'll be a lot easier now that you've got this little bitty opening. The first one's always hard. It's like your first slice of pie. It always falls apart. Okay, now I'm going to take the paper backing off. So I've got the one thin stripe in the center bottom, and then one full-size mini one on both top corners. And then this is just going to go right in the middle like so. So now I'm going to do that with all of these. I'm going to turn them all over and get my dimensionals out and get them attached. Okay, now all of these are ready to go. I'm going to bring in my card base. I am going to go ahead. I forgot I was going to put dimensionals on these. You can use the regular sized ones since I've got the mini ones out. I'm just going to use about 3 of these. I'll do one on each corner here at the top and then one down here bottom center. That should hold it steady for me. I will take the paper backings off here with my Take Your Pick tool. I always like to scoop those up. And then this is going to go in the bottom right corner of my card on the DSP. That looks pretty straight, so I'll push that down. And now I need to turn these over, and I'm going to put seal on all of them, my Stampin' Seal. So I'm going to put like 3 strips right across the back of each one, just so they're ready for me. Oop, didn't make those very long. There we go. And here, I found 3 strips across. Oop, let me get this going again. Every once in a while, especially since I have those rainbows popped up, sometimes this works better when it's flat. So if you want to put these down on the card base first, you definitely can. And then you can put on your rainbows. It does make it a little harder to put that adhesive on. But I actually did forget, but that helps me show why a lot of times I wait and put the things that are popped up on last, because it is a little harder to get that seal to go on since cardstock's not flat. Okay, I'm going to just lay these down really easy. I'm going to put this yellow one here. Actually, I'm going to do the bottom row first. Let's do the bottom row. And then if I put the top one here, that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off for right now. What I'm actually, I forgot what, I did have a trick to this. This center divot right here is going to line up. The DSP line is at the edge of it. It's going to line up in the center of that center divot. So I'm just going to lay that down. I'm not going to stick it down just yet. Line this one up too. Now it looks like I've got this too far over because this is too close to the edge. So I'm going to take my yellow one and bring it over to the right just a little bit more. That looks good. I'm okay with these, but I kind of like these being closer. I just want both of these to be near the edge here, like so. There we go. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to put that down. And now this makes it even easier. So now I can just line these postage looking dies together. I've got my old olive and then my Misty Moonlight one right here. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the inside done. Grab a piece of basic white and that last DSP piece. This is a 4x5 1/4 inch piece of the basic white. And this is that 4x1 inch piece that we cut a little bit ago. There we go. This is going to go right along the bottom. It can actually go up a little bit. A lot of times I leave a little bit of a white border on the inside of my cards, but you can definitely go all the way to the bottom since that's what we did here. You can do whatever you want to do. Oh, that looks okay. I always turn it over, see if I've got a little DSP showing right here, so I think I will cut that. I'm just going to put the scissors right up against the cardstock. Holding it up, you can't see it very well, but when it goes on the card base, you can kind of tell when it's sticking out. But the trick is just to turn it over and get your scissors right up against the cardstock, and that helps. The cardstock stays as a guide for you when you cut that little bit off that's hanging over. And then this is the inside of the card. And then my first thank you gift for this month, remember I talked about my thank you gifts at the beginning of the video, are the Rhinestone Basic Jewels. These are not part of the kit, but some of the Advent Calendar kit, but some of the cards, I decided to use these as embellishments. There are 3 sizes. I'm going to grab a big one and put one right here. I'm going to do one of each size. I think I'll do a medium-sized one. There are more small ones than the large and medium, which is good to me. I probably use the large ones the most. I'm going to put the medium-sized one right here and then grab a small one and put it about right there. I saw it needed to have a little bling to it. So that is my card for day 7. So I hope you enjoyed that. So if you like this card and you've watched my other videos and you want to get these card kits for free, make sure you click on that thank you gifts link below in the video description to get all the information. Because when you place a $99 order, after you redeem your rewards, before shipping tax gets added on, or you purchase the Advent Calendar, you'll get the card kits to make one each of my 12 cards for this series. And you'll also, because my first thank you gift will be included with your Advent Calendar too, which would be the rhinestones. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. Just click that contact me link down below in the video description, and I'll mail your first set of catalogs out for free. This is the annual catalog. It's good through the end of April. And this is the one that just is coming out, starts January 6th of 2026. It's the spring mini. I love this mini. And I will include that in your kit. Just click that contact me link, give me your mailing address, and I'll mail these out to you right away. And here's the card one more time. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, including this video series, and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And then when that little bell icon pops up, select all, and YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video. Well, I will see you in the next video, and I hope you can join me for one of my weekly lives. They'll start up again. They're always 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays. I'm taking a little break because of Christmas. So the next one will be January 6th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. See you later. Bye.